Hi everyone and Assalamu alaikum Omar. This is a special video for my nephew and he wants me to address him by saying salam. I am making something new that I have never done before. It's jungle themed coasters. The idea behind is given by my 5-year-old nephew and I am excited to do it. It is a challenge for me. Before we begin, make sure to smash the like button down below and make sure to go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Let's look at the materials needed. This is a 4 parts 8 inches silicone coaster mold. I am using craft resin for this project. I found these miniature animals at Michael's, so thought of turning them into a never seen before coasters. This idea is given by my 5-year-old nephew who was upset that I make coasters only for adults. So he wanted me to make these coasters for kids with his favorite animals here. I will be creating a different jungle theme for each of these animals: giraffe, lion, gorilla, and elephant. To mimic the jungle, I will be adding this gravel, mini rocks. From this colored stone box, I'll be adding these brown and yellow stones, few tiny trees, desert plants, some grass, flowery shrubs, multicolored dried flowers, green moss, diamond dress from Flora Craft, Marabou alcohol in Caribbean blue and aqua green. I want to keep the grass, gravel and all these materials ready before mixing the resin. This ton of stuff that I am using for these coasters. This is gonna be some crazy art. I'm trying it for the first time on my nephew's demand. First, I would like to show you a computerized version of my plan. It's vital to lay a plan first before executing any art to avoid failure. Hopefully it works. Let's imagine this circle as our coaster mold. And these lines represent each coaster compartment. In the first coaster, I will be adding giraffe with a tree, grass, and lots of rocks. It should appear as if the giraffe is feeding on the tree. The second one with a lion with some desert plants, stones, sand, and water. It should look like the lion is hiding behind the shrubs and is about to attack other animals quenching their thirst in the nearby pond. The third one will be a furious giant gorilla with grass, shrubs, and flowers. The gorilla is alone and protecting its territory. And for our last coaster, I'll be adding a happy and playful elephant with a tree, lots of grass, multicolored flowers, and water. It should appear as if the elephant is approaching the pond. That will be our jungle coasters, imagined and suggested by a 5-year-old boy. So let's lay the plan. I have mixed the resin and adding it to each separate cup. Mixing the tiny bit of resin with gravel, making sure it is thick mix. In the second cup, I am making sure all the rocks are well coated with resin. In the third cup, I am adding aqua green. And in the fourth cup, I am adding Caribbean blue alcohol ink. These two colors will be representing the water pond in the jungle. Preheating the coaster mold with heat gun is important as it helps to disperse any air bubbles in the resin. I am pouring some clear resin for the first coaster. Directly adding the grass here in patches. It's very sticky, so make sure to wear gloves when dealing with resin. In the left out areas, I am filling it with the rocks. Pouring some resin so that everything here is well covered. This is a tree. It is very fragile, made with some spongy material. I am dipping it in clear resin so that everything here is well coated and strong when the resin is cured. In the same way, I am coating the giraffe with the resin. I think it's better to place in rock rather than the grass. Moving the tree close to giraffe. Now let's begin working with the lion coaster. I am covering it with the sand here. And at the corner, I am adding aqua blue resin for water pond, eliminating air bubbles with a heat gun. These are the desert shrubs. I am adding them slowly and adding lion behind them. For the gorilla compartment, I am adding this fine grass mix in resin. Covering this coaster completely with grass. Adding some clear resin on the top. Dipping these shrubs in the resin and adding them at each corner. I will add gorilla later. For the last coaster, I am arranging this green and violet color moss. Pouring the resin directly over the moss. Adding Caribbean colored resin for the water in the left out space. Making sure everything is well dipped here. This is very spongy. Tree here at the corner. Oh, it fell. Anyways, I will stand it back when the resin is in sticky stage. Now giving a bath to the elephant in resin and adding it over the moss. Gorilla coated and placed here. This box has different colored dried real flowers. I am adding a few here. Adding the Caribbean blue color resin here so that the water is even. And I am taking out these dust particles with a toothpick. These are the dust particles from the moss. On the elephant side, I am adding this pink and red colored anise flower. And on the gorilla side, these multicolored flowers with a toothpick. It's very easy to place. Finally, over the water, I am adding the diamond dust, which will give a very sparkly look to the water. pushing the diamond dust to the corners, adding some red flowers. I will be leaving it aside for a day for the resin to completely cure, and then we'll make some minor corrections and add a layer of clear resin above. The next day the resin is set, but you can see the moss and grass are coming out in some areas over the resin. This is very sharp to touch. Calling my lawnmower to cut down the grass and making sure the surface is smooth. Getting rid of all the remains of the moss, clean it well with alcohol wipes. Now I have mixed some clear resin, adding it all over the coasters. Spreading it with my gloved finger. Using a heat gun to pop up the air bubbles. Lastly, I am sprinkling some diamond dust over the water. This is after a day when the resin is completely set. I have demolded them. They are so fabulous and colorful. The giraffe looks very beautiful and the combination of its patches and the rocks looks great. It camouflages well. By the way, that's a natural purpose of giraffe skin spots, to camouflage. The lion is in its attack mode. The surface is very smooth and glossy, and the borders have come out very well. There's no sharp surface to it. The elephant looks very cute. This is my very favorite one. Look at the details. Its tail is up and it looks delighted and joyously approaching the pond. The diamond dust gives a natural appearance to the water. Naturally, the pond appears bright and shiny in the sun. Look at the borders and the back side. The moss gives a great appearance. I absolutely love it. The gorilla looks a bit frightening. You can see it up close. The bright multicolored flowers lift all the dark background here. In spite of the elevations of these animals and trees, the cup or a glass can very well fit over the coasters. Remember, I made this on a child's request. It is his imagination, that is why it is different than our usual coasters. I have sent a small video to my nephew and FaceTimed him. He is happy and can't wait to get them. He wants to keep his juice glass over them. That's so adorable. If you want to add a particular theme or your favorite animal in these coasters, you can order. I have my email mentioned in the description below, or you can message me over the social media. All the links are in the description below the video. Thank you for watching it. I hope you guys loved it. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for the updates, as new contents are coming every weekly. Like and comment below and let me know what's your favorite coaster among them. Love you all. Take care. Bye.